Okay, so, number 3. Ellie must mix 6 tablespoons of plant food for every 2 gallons of water. What should I circle? What's important in this sentence, Peter? Good, I have 6 tablespoons of plant food. And what else is important in that sentence? What, everyone?
2 gallons of water.
Good. Once you see that first sentence and you have your first ratio, do I have my first ratio?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to set it up as a ratio. So everyone set it up as a ratio for me using these 2 key words, 2 key numbers that we've circled. What number should be on top, everyone?
6 tablespoons of plant food.
Good. 6 tablespoons. Because 6 tablespoons comes first, 6 tablespoons goes on top. What should go on bottom, everyone?
2 gallons of water.
2 gallons. Questions about how to set up that ratio? Yes, Peter.
Do we always have to put it like in the order?
Yes, always put it in the order unless, remember, it tells you a different order to write it in. But these problems won't tell you a different order to write it in. What? Yes, or money will always go on top. So we'll get to one of those questions in a second. Okay, what did we say earlier? We must always do what? Okay, so everyone, can this problem be simplified?
Yes.
So I'm going to put equals, and now I'm going to simplify it. So everyone simplify it for me. Don't forget to keep your labels with it. What number can I take out of 6 and 2, everyone? 2. I can divide by 2. 6 divided by 2 is what? 6 divided by 2 is what?
3.
And 2 divided by 2 is what?
1.
So I now have 3 tablespoons for every 1 gallon. Questions? Lindsay?
Now do you multiply like we did on number 1?
Yes, so now we're going to go back and we're going to finish reading. So what's it say? If she has what?
6 gallons of water.
So I have 6 gallons of water. Does 6 gallons of water go on top, or does 6 gallons of water go on bottom?
Bottom.
Why on bottom, everyone?
Because it didn't have the first 2 gallons on the bottom.
Because I got to keep it the same. Oops, not tablespoons, gallons. So I want to know how much plant food or how many tablespoons I should be using. Do I know how many tablespoons, you guys? So what should I put in its place? Because I don't have a number, so I put an X. Now we solve like we did our ratio tables. So how do we get from 1 to 6, everyone? And whatever I do on bottom, I have to do on top. So 3 times 6 is?
18.
So my answer is 18 what?
18 tablespoons of plant food.
Tablespoons of plant food. Please, please, please make sure you are labeling properly. I know it's tablespoons because that's where my X is at. My X is next to the word tablespoon, so my label has to be tablespoons and not gallons. Ethan.
Do you like abbreviated tablespoons?
Yes, you can use abbreviations as long as you know them. Questions on that type of problem? Yes, Ella.
Like, couldn't we just do, like, if, like, we wanted to, like, the middle part when we simplified, couldn't we just, like, do the, for, like, the 6 tablespoons and 2 gallons, and couldn't we just do 6 times 3
Absolutely.
to get 18?
Yep. The only reason I did it this way is because 2 might not always go into this. Does that make sense? But yes, I could go directly from 2 to 6, but if, let's say 6 was a 5, does 2 go into 5? So then I'd have to simplify to get it. So the simplifying way will always work. This works if 2 goes into that number, and you can totally use that. Does that make sense, guys? Okay. So let's go to number 4. We're going to solve this problem a little differently than we did the last one because I want to show you the other way that you can use to solve these problems. At a local fruit stand, Louisa spends $3.96 for 2 pounds of strawberries. How much can she expect to pay for 4 pounds of strawberries? Okay, so here's what I want us to do. What's the first sentence say? What's that key phrase? What's the key words, key numbers? $3.96 and 2 pounds of strawberries. So how do I write that?
3.9 over 2.
Money always goes on top, so $3.96 goes on top, 2 pounds goes on bottom. Questions? Okay, so here's what we're going to do now. When I have questions that might not be the easiest to figure out, okay, what I want you to do is find the unit rate. So we could use our equivalent ratios like we're doing up above on number 3, or on number 4, we're going to find the unit rate. How do I find unit rate, you guys? This is going to be on your test. So we have to know how to find unit rate. We did it last week. What do I do in order to find unit rate, Peyton?
To find the unit rate, you have to first find like whatever you do to the top, you have to do the bottom.
Nope, I don't multiply. Caitlin?
You divide 396 divided by 2.
I do top divided by bottom. So I do 396 and I divide it by a 2. So whenever they say unit rate, top divided by bottom. Whenever you got to find a rate problem, top divided by bottom. So 396 divided by 2. I'll do this with you guys so we can remember how to divide. Can 2 go into 3?
Yes.
How many times? 1 time. So I put a 1 up top, 2 goes below the 3, and I subtract. 3 minus 2 is 1. I hope you guys are solving this with me. What should I bring up? Good. Bring that decimal up. It should be in that exact same spot. What should I bring down?
9.
Good. 2 goes into 19. How many times?
9.
How many times?
9.
9 times, because 2 times 9 is what?
18.
I subtract. 19 minus 18 is?
1.
Hey guys, you should be able to answer this question for me. 19 minus 18 is what?
1.
1. What do I bring down? So I have 16 now. 2 goes into 16. How many times? Because 2 times 8 is 16. So what's my unit rate? How do I label that, you guys? $1.98. How do I finish labeling it? Per pound. So that is my unit rate. Now essentially, guys, this problem up here, this was us doing unit rate. It was just a different way of doing it, but we still did unit rate on this question. We did not do unit rate on the first one. So now that I know my unit rate, how much can she expect to pay for 4 pounds of strawberries? I know my unit rate. I know that it's $1.98 for 1 pound of strawberries. So what do I do to figure out if this is 1 pound of strawberries? How do I figure out 4 pounds of strawberries? What should I do? Owen?
Multiply it.
I should multiply, absolutely. So I want to do 198 times 4. Four times 8 is what, everyone? 2 goes down, 3 goes up. 4 times 9 is, what is it? 36 plus 3 is? 9 goes down, 3 goes up. 4 times 1 is? 4 plus 3 is? 7. How do I know where my decimal goes? I do not just drag it down. Ethan?
You count how many numbers are behind the decimal, and then you go through the end of the number and you
Perfect. Yep. How many numbers do I have after my decimal here, guys? So that means I need 2 numbers after and my answer, which means if my decimal's at the end here, I move it 2 spots. 1, 2. Because then I have 2 numbers after my decimal, which means my answer is what?
$7.92.
$7.92. So do you see how there's 2 ways that we can kind of solve the same problem?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you that there are times one way is going to be easier than the other, okay? So you kind of have to know when is it best to pick a certain type of way to solve. Okay, so let's go back up to number 2. And I want everyone to solve number 2 for me on their own. And I want you to do it like we did numbers 1 and number 3. So solve it like we did 1 and 3, not like we did 4. Solve it like we did number 1 and number 3. And then we will go over it together. you that you got number 2 right. You may do number 5 now the exact same way. But don't move on to number 5 until you know you have number 2 right, please.
What's 4 times 3?
Now you got it, girl.
Is number 5 possible?
Yep.
Easy.
Oh, hey, we don't say it's easy because some problems are easy for some and some are hard for others. So we don't say it's easy because that makes it not nice to other people. But yes, it is possible. I will be around in just a minute. I'm just writing down the answer. Yep, once they get number 2 correct, they can do 5. Okay, so most of you, I believe all of you, should be on that number 5 right now. Number 5 is going to look like number 3. So number 5 you're going to want to do like we did number 3.
Is it possible to do it like get it? Which way?
It's going to be a lot harder because you're going to get decimals. So, you really only want to do that one when you want unit rate. Well, I'll give you more than just money, because like we could have done, like number 3, we could have done unit rate. And we could have done it that way as well. But because 30 and 24 don't go perfectly into each other, it's just 2. So like for your you're going to want to do you'll do like this. That bell's gonna ring, isn't it? Okay, hold on guys, bell's gonna ring. So I want to go over this question really, really quickly. Hey, quiet, listen up. So, I should have 24 hoops over 30 seconds. What do I need to do? What do I need to do? Hey, what should I do? Divide by 6. I want to simplify. 24. Hold on, guys. I will write a pass. 24 divided by 6 is what? I will not write a pass if you do not listen and follow directions. 24 divided by 6 is what? 4. 30 divided by 6 is what?
5.
And now I want to know how many hops, not hoops. Hops. I will make in 50 seconds. So how did I get from 5 to 50? So I have to do 4 times what? So my answer is what, everyone?
40 hops.
40 hops. Okay, listen up. I will write a pass. I'll do email. Okay?